My relationship with Jason was the kind everyone envies. We were that couple. 3 years in, living together, our futures seemingly intertwined. Our friends were already taking bets on when he'd propose. We had our routines, our inside jokes, our shared dreams. Everything felt solid, stable. Then, one ordinary Tuesday night, sitting on the same couch we'd picked out together, he dropped the sentence that would shatter my world. "I think I need some space to think about us." The words hung in the air, cold and heavy. I remember my heart literally stopping for a second. Space? What did that even mean? I asked him, my voice trembling, "Are you breaking up with me?" He shook his head, avoiding my eyes. No, of course not. I need some time to clear my head, to figure things out." He made it sound so reasonable, so mature. He said he'd stay at a friend's place for a little while. Just a week, maybe 2. I was devastated, confused, but I wanted to be the cool girlfriend. I wanted to respect his needs. So, I agreed. I helped him pack a bag, a surreal, out-of-body experience. As he walked out the door, he promised he'd be in touch. He promised this was for the best. That was the last time he ever spoke to me with any semblance of honesty. The first few days were pure agony. I stared at my phone, willing it to ring. I reread our old texts, searching for clues I might have missed. Did I do something wrong? Was I not enough? My mind spiraled into a vortex of self-doubt. I cooked his favorite meals out of habit, only to eat them alone in silence. The apartment felt huge, empty, haunted by his absence. I tried calling. The calls went straight to voicemail. I sent texts, carefully worded to sound casual and not desperate. "Hey, just checking in. Hope you're doing okay. Thinking of you. Let me know if you need anything." Every single one was met with a wall of silence. No reply, not even a read receipt. The silence was deafening. But what came next was even worse. A week turned into 10 days. My anxiety was through the roof. A mutual friend, probably trying to be helpful, mentioned seeing Jason tagged in some photos on social media. My fingers shook as I opened the app, and there he was. Not locked away in some solitary contemplation, clearing his head. No, he was out. At bars I'd never heard of. Late-night check-ins at trendy restaurants, and in every single photo he was next to the same girl. A girl I'd never seen before. She was beautiful, with a vibrant smile, and she was always looking at him. They weren't just in group photos. They were pictures of just the two of them, laughing, their heads close together. My stomach twisted into a tight, painful knot. My friend did some digging. The girl's name was Maya, and she was Jason's coworker. Suddenly, his recent comments about long nights at the office and work events took on a sinister new meaning. Was this what thinking about us looked like? A tour of the city's nightlife with a new woman. The betrayal felt like a physical blow. The man who claimed he needed solitude was living his best life, and I was at home, tearing myself apart with worry. I couldn't just sit there anymore. The illusion of the cool, understanding girlfriend was gone, replaced by a woman who needed answers. I decided to confront him. I found him at a coffee shop near his office. The same one he used to complain was too expensive. He was scrolling on his phone, a smug little smile on his face. When he looked up and saw me, the smile vanished. He looked flustered, trapped. "What are you doing here?" he asked, as if I were the one who had disappeared. I kept my voice steady, even though my insides were screaming. "Jason, who have you been spending all this time with?" He had the audacity to chuckle, a nervous, high-pitched sound. "Just friends, hanging out. You know? Thinking." The lie was so blatant, so disrespectful. He thought I was stupid. He thought he could get away with it. That was the moment something inside me snapped. I wasn't going to cry or beg. I wasn't going to give him the satisfaction of a dramatic scene. I simply nodded. I walked out of that coffee shop and straight into a new chapter of my life. That night, I went home and did something I should have done days ago. I got on his laptop, which he'd left behind. We shared the password. There was no need for hacking. His messages were open. And there it was, in black and white. Months of conversation with Maya. Flirty texts. Plans for work trips that were clearly dates. He'd been lying to me for a long, long time. The space he needed wasn't to think about our relationship. 'Twas a trial run for his new one. He was trying her on for size while keeping me on the back burner as his safety net. I felt sick. The 3 years we'd spent together felt like a lie. Every I love you, every promise, every shared dream was now tainted. But beneath the heartbreak, a cold, hard anger started to form. It gave me strength. I didn't lash out. I didn't send him screenshots or demand an explanation. He wasn't worth the energy. Instead, I composed a single, final text message. I hope you enjoy the space you took from me. Then, I blocked his number. I blocked him on every social media platform. I deleted every photo, every digital trace of him from my life. It was a digital exorcism. I packed his things into boxes and left them with the building manager. Done, over. The next 2 months were a blur of healing. I leaned on my friends, cried on their shoulders, and slowly started to put the pieces of myself back together. I rediscovered hobbies I'd let slide. I went out with my friends and laughed again, a real, genuine laugh that came from my soul. Then the universe decided to throw me a curveball. I was in a small, independent coffee shop across town when I saw her. Maya. She was alone. Looking nervous and much smaller than she did in the pictures. She recognized me instantly. Her eyes widened, and she started stammering. I'm so sorry. I didn't know he was still with you. He told me you two had broken up months ago. I just looked at her. I could see the truth in her eyes. Jason had played us both. He had lied to her just as much as he had lied to me. I could have been angry at her, but in that moment, all I felt was a strange sort of pity. I gave her a small, polite smile and simply said, "It's okay," and walked away. I didn't need to engage. Her mess was not my mess. My story with Jason was over. A few weeks later, my phone rang with an unknown number. Curiosity got the better of me, and I answered. It was Jason. His voice was frantic, full of a desperation I'd never heard before. He was begging, apologizing, pleading for me to meet him just for a coffee. He said he'd made a terrible mistake. I listened silently, and when he was done, I said, "No, thank you," and hung up. The final piece of the puzzle fell into place about a month after that. A friend who still worked at the same company as Jason sent me a text. "Did you hear what happened to Jason?" Apparently, his lies had caught up to him in a big way. He'd lied to HR about his relationship with Maya, who had reported him for harassment after she found out about me. He'd been caught using company resources, company car, and expense account to take her on dates. He'd even been spreading rumors about me at the office to make himself look like the victim. The company fired him on the spot. The guy who wanted space to cheat ended up with all the space in the world. He lost his job, he lost Maya, and he had already lost me. As for me, my life had done a complete 180. I ended up meeting someone wonderful, someone who communicates, who respects me, who would never dream of asking for space as a cover for betrayal. Looking back, Jason telling me he needed space was the best thing that ever happened to me. It was the trash taking itself out. It taught me a valuable lesson. When someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. And sometimes the end of one story is just the beginning of a much, much better one. Thank you so much for listening to my story. It was a tough journey, but one that made me so much stronger. If you've ever been through something similar, know that you are not alone and you deserve so much better. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more stories. See you in the next one.